what's up, guys? It's Philip from the Honda Resource, and today I'm gonna be talking about the all-wheel drive Civic, which you can see behind me. Yeah, so I guess if you saw my last video, you saw I went out to the track with it. First pass out with it, started knocking. So I've got in some parts for it. I'll get the car in here and start tearing it apart. So we'll kind of go over what I've got here, and we'll talk about what we're gonna do with the car. First and foremost, I just want to point out that I'm not rich and I can't just buy all this stuff at my own leisure. I have really good credit, and yeah, PayPal got my back. So yeah, I bought all this stuff on PayPal credit, and I'll pay it off as I get the money, right? Don't be sitting here thinking, oh, he's rich. No, it's not like that, right? So you can do this too. Just use your resources wisely. I bought all this stuff through Juan over at JJ Auto Works. I actually have on one of his shirts today too. I have a couple of his shirts. I try to support the people that support me, right? But Juan's always really helped me out on pricing and stuff like that. So if you ever need anything, any kind of performance related Honda stuff, hit up Juan over at JJ Auto Works and he'll take good care of you. Like I said, it started knocking, so I went ahead and I got new bearings, rods. I have another crankshaft here and another K24 that I'm going to put in it. So also, if you noticed on the pass, the clutch slipped the whole pass. So we got another clutch too. So anyways, this is a JE Pro Seal head gasket, since I've got to remove the head anyway. And we've got King Racing Performance bearings. These have always served me well on my B-Series stuff, and I think they'll do the same with KSeries. I also had a JE Pro Seal on the B-Series when I was B-Series. Got some L19 head studs. Currently the car has ARP, standard ARP head studs, so we'll put some L19s in it, be able to turn it up a little bit more. So. And then we got some Sainz Performance 300M with 625 bolts. So these are really strong rods, and I think they're ready for like 1200 horsepower, so it should keep it good and safe. Currently the car has some Manley H-beams, so they're kind of being pushed to the limits right now. So I you know, some of this stuff I wanted to upgrade anyway, but you know, it just, I was kind of hoping the motor would last a little bit, because I got to turn down to like 650 horsepower. And, you know, just stuff with racing, it happens, and stuff tears up, it breaks, we rebuild. All right, and that motor in the car is 4 years old. It don't really owe me anything. I'm just glad it didn't puke a rod through the block and destroy the sleeve block. So everything else I could fix, right? All right, so and then lastly, I have a competition clutch, triple disc clutch. So it's this one is actually used. It's lightly used. He said it had 4 passes on it, 4 or 5 passes. So I mean, you could tell like the throwout bearing, it looks new. So I'm pretty pleased with this. I got a pretty good deal on the clutch, and all the other stuff is new, obviously. So yeah, we're gonna get the car over here on this side on the lift and start tearing it apart, and hopefully we can get it back together in the next week or so, because there's an event. Today is September the 2nd, and there's an event on, I think, September the 19th, I believe, that I would like to attend. So I'll try to get it back going before that. And I think also I'm going to reuse the same pistons on this that are on the motor now, and that way, you know, I'm not going to have to do anything with the tune. It should be good to go. But yeah, now I can actually turn it back up to the dyno numbers you saw, which was like the 873 horsepower. We just did that from one pull, turned it back down. So with this setup, we'll be able to turn it back up. We can actually turn it higher than it was previously. So I guess I'm gonna get the car over here and we'll get to it. All right, so we've gotten down to the clutch, and we'll pull it apart now. This is a competition twin disc, and it was used when I put it in the car. It came with this motor. It came out of another car. It did fine front wheel drive, but it checked out on the all-wheel drive stuff. So I probably could have put new disc in it and it'd been fine, but go ahead and give a triple disc and be done with it. You can see here on the outside of that disc, it's ate up pretty good. So it was only biting right in the center of it. And we ain't getting the full face of that one. And it's eat up on the backside too, pretty bad. Oh wow, look at this. That's the other disc. It looks pretty good on this side. This side here is just trash. See it? Come on, focus. You can see that? So, yeah, realistically, I could probably put some new disc in this one and it'd be fine. It'd be good to go. All right, so this is a K24A1 lone block. Came out of a CRV. It has a blown head gasket, but I've used it for some other parts. As you see, like the VTEC solenoid's gone, like the crank position sensor, the VTC solenoid, the VTC gear, you know, just a bunch of little stuff. But this one has a good crankshaft, so I'm going to be using this crankshaft to put in my motor. I'm going to go ahead and pull this crank out of this one, and then we can get this motor off the stand and get that motor on the stand. I got the motor on the stand, got it mostly disassembled, and now I'm going to pull the head and set it to the side, and then we'll finish disassembling the bottom end. All right, so upon inspection, having this thing torn apart, it appears that the number 4 rod bearing gave out. I caught it before it got too terribly bad, but still, it's I'm gonna go ahead and replace the crank. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up tonight's video. I've got the motor completely disassembled out of the car, obviously, and diagnosed what was wrong with it. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna get out here and hopefully get it reassembled. I ain't gonna get the motor back in the car, but get it reassembled tomorrow. And I gotta get this thing back together by this weekend because I have someone buying my lift and wanna finish it up on the lift. So today is Wednesday and he's coming to get it Saturday, so got work to do. But anyways, I gotta wrap up this video, go inside and get a shower, get ready for work. So as always, I appreciate the likes, comments, subscribes. Yeah, let me know how you think about this. So we had number 4 rod bearing failure, and obviously the clutch. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you on the next one. Peace.